Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and whispering streams, there lived a poor widow named Ilara. She was known throughout the village for her kind heart and gentle spirit, despite the hardships that life had dealt her. Ilara's husband had passed away many winters ago, leaving her with a little cottage and a handful of chickens. Ilara worked tirelessly to make ends meet, tending to her small garden and caring for her chickens. Every morning, she would wake up before the sun kissed the sky and set about her chores with a quiet determination. Despite her meager means, she always found a way to share what little she had with those less fortunate than herself. One cold winter's night, a fierce storm swept through the village, leaving a blanket of snow in its wake. The next morning, as Ilara stepped outside to feed her chickens, she noticed a frail old woman huddled near her doorstep, shivering from the cold. Without hesitation, Ilara invited the woman inside and offered her a warm meal and a place by the hearth. The old woman introduced herself as Una and thanked Ilara for her kindness. She explained that she was a wandering storyteller who had traveled far and wide, collecting tales of wonder and wisdom. In return for Ilara's hospitality, Una promised to share a special story with her, one that would bring hope and joy to her heart. As the fire crackled and popped, Una began her tale. In a distant land, there lived a poor widow much like yourself, dear Ilara. She had a small cottage by the edge of a forest, where she tended to a humble garden and a few goats. Despite her hardships, the widow was content with her simple life. One day, as she was gathering firewood in the forest, the widow stumbled upon a wounded bird with a broken wing. Without hesitation, she carefully picked up the bird and took it back to her cottage. For days, she nursed the bird back to health, feeding it and keeping it warm. To her amazement, the bird recovered and flew off into the sky, leaving behind a single feather as a token of gratitude. The widow kept the feather, treasuring it as a reminder of the kindness she had shown. Not long after, a wealthy merchant passed through the village, seeking shelter for the night. The widow, as always, welcomed him into her home and offered him a warm meal and a comfortable bed. In the morning, before he left, the merchant noticed the feather hanging above the fireplace and asked about its significance. The widow told him the story of the bird and how she had cared for it in its time of need. Impressed by her kindness, the merchant offered her a bag of gold coins as a token of appreciation. The widow was stunned but graciously accepted the gift. With the money from the merchant, the widow was able to expand her garden and buy more goats. Her humble cottage flourished, and soon she became known throughout the land for her generosity and compassion. And so, dear Ilara, remember that even in the darkest of times, kindness has the power to change lives and bring unexpected blessings. As Una finished her tale, Ilara felt warmth spreading in her heart. She thanked the old storyteller for the wonderful story and bid her farewell as the storm cleared and the sun peeked through the clouds. From that day on, Ilara continued to live her life with kindness and generosity, knowing that every act of compassion, no matter how small, could make a difference in someone else's life. And so, the tale of the poor widow and the wandering storyteller became a cherished legend in the village, inspiring others to follow in Ilara's footsteps and spread kindness wherever they went.